there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'll be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are all good. Today I'm back with another video and I'm going to be doing like a get ready with me story time. So basically the hair that I've got on my head right now is from YeahWigs, and they were kind enough to send me this wig. It is a Jerry curly, I believe that's the style, curly in the inches 20, and obviously as you can see it's not as long because I did go ahead and cut it because it was an awkward length. Like it reached around here on me and I didn't really like it, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it, and I cut it into a bob. So this is how it looks right now. I kind of did go ahead and wet it, so I did wash this hair, and yeah, I'm just gonna slay this down, finish my hair, and then when I start doing my makeup, that's when I'll start the story time. But with the wig cap underneath, I used one of these stocking caps, and then I just applied some foundation on here, and then yeah, I just glued it down, and I got rid of this like little band over here. I cut it off because it's just, I don't know, it's pointless, like you don't. So I'm just gonna pull my wig down, and I did not bleach this, I did not bleach the knots for this hair, but I did go ahead and tweeze it and stuff. So this is how how it looks without it being bleached. And also this wig is a bit small for me, so I'll just stick this part down to be spray the glue. I don't know how to say the company name, but everybody knows the spray. If you don't, then I don't know where you've been living. And then I'm just gonna blow dry it. So once it's all tacky, you want to go ahead, move your phone down. So it's that simple, honestly. Then I'm going to go back in with the blow dryer. So now you want to go ahead and take a rat tail comb, and you just want to pull a bit of hair out, not too much, just a little bit. You want to go back in with your rat tail comb, but this time we're going to be using some Eco Styling Gel, and this one's the olive oil one. And I'm just going to put it, well, slick down my edges or whatever. So off camera, I just went in with some olive oil edge control just to slick back my hair a bit. This is optional, you don't have to do it, but I just prefer doing it. And I did finish doing my edges off camera. So now that my hair is done, I'm gonna start on my makeup. I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a little. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm not sure what kind of look I'm going for, but I just know that I want to use some shimmers and stuff. So I'm going to start off with priming my eyes. Okay, we're going to start with the story time now. So I don't even know when to start, but I'm using the Warm Honey LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I love this to prime my eyes because it is a bit light. So when I prime my eyes, I get like so much pigment from the eyeshadow. Oh, I'm not even focused. This was like when I was in year 9. So I used to go to this like all-girls school, but that's a bit irrelevant right now. So one day I come back from school, as you do, like I preferred going on Facebook on my computer because it was so much easier than using a BB, because back in the days BBs were the phones, and on a BB what you would have to do is you'll have to like go on the actual browser and like scroll down, so it was so long. So I just preferred going on the computer. So one day I come back from school and I went on the computer, just scrolling through Facebook and stuff, and on my eyes I'm just letting this Pro Concealer sit on my face so that it gives me more coverage. I logged into my Facebook and I was just scrolling like you would know. And back in the days I wasn't really bait. Like I had a couple friends on Facebook and I had a couple friend requests on Facebook, but it wasn't nothing major. Like it wasn't like, I don't know how to describe it. Like it wasn't a lot, it was just like people I know. So I was just scrolling through Facebook and I randomly see like a friend request pop up, and then as I clicked on the friend request thing on Facebook to see who added me, I see a guy called, let's name him A. Okay, so I see A added me on Facebook, and I was like, huh? So I clicked on his profile. You know how you can click on profiles? I clicked on his profile just to see who he was, because around them times I didn't really get like random friend requests and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check your profile out, check who you are, because his profile picture was abs, and I was thinking, okay. So I clicked on his profile and all of his pictures were pictures of abs. Like that's the only thing it was. Like it was pictures of light skinned guy's abs, and that's all there was. So I was like, okay, you have nice abs or whatever. Obviously I didn't say that to him, but I thought it in my head. I was like, okay, you have nice abs, so I'm gonna accept you. And also, you know, on Facebook you can kind of see the location. When you go on their profile you can kind of see like, well, not the location, but what like school they go to, if they decide to put that information on the profile. So obviously he put the information on the profile, and the school was local to my school. So I was like, okay, I probably do know this guy, or he's probably seen me somewhere. So, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna accept this friend request. So as I did, I accepted the friend request, and then he decided the same second I accepted the friend request, he decided to message me on on Facebook chat. Okay, so I just blended out my concealer and stuff. I actually look like some kind of animal, but this beauty blender I actually got from Primark. Like it's so cute, it works wonders around the eye area, even for under your eye. It works really good. This shade actually no, I might go in with, yeah, this. So when he hollered me, he was just like, hi. I was like, hi. And then, you know, back in the days when you just be like, what year you in? I was asking him what year he was in and stuff, and then he was saying he was in year 10. I was in year 9 at the time, as I mentioned before. So I was like, okay, cool. I was like, that's calm. And then we just continued talking. So whenever I came back from school, I would just hop on Facebook, whether it was on my phone or on the computer. I preferred going on the computer because obviously back in the days on BBs we didn't have the Facebook app, so it would just take so long to load up. So we continued talking every day, like we continued talking, and then yeah, they got to a point where he asked for my BBM pin, and then we took stuff to BBM and we were just talking on there for some time. So at this point we were just getting to know each other's talking, and I found out a lot about him around the time. And obviously he was a blessed person. And honestly, at the time, he was really calm. Like, everything was cool. Like, we was cool. And we continued talking for a couple more weeks, and then we started to take stuff on like phone call. Like, we would talk on it's the first time we had our official phone call, the first time we come on the phone together. It was obviously at night time. So obviously he called, and then I picked up the phone call, and his accent wasn't like, because I used to live in Slough, and for someone who used to go to a school in Slough, his accent wasn't Slough-like. If you guys get what I'm trying to say. His accent wasn't like my accent right now. He had like an American accent, which I didn't understand, because you go to a school that's local to me, but you have like an American accent. So I obviously did mention it at the time. I was like, how comes you got an American accent? Like, why for that? Why you got an American accent for? And then he was just bullshitting, saying how he lived in America. He lived in America, but he obviously moved to the UK recently, and he's living with his cousin. And he also mentioned that his cousin goes to my school and is in my year. So I was like, oh, okay, you've never told me this before. Who's your cousin? I was like, who's your cousin? And then he was like, oh, my cousin is called, let's call her B. He was like, my cousin is B. Oh, this is not picking up nothing. He was like, oh, my cousin is B. And I was like, oh, I know B. And funny enough, me and B were like, we was like kind of close at the time. So me and her was like mad chill. So I was like, oh, I know B. She didn't mention to me that you was her. I'm gonna use my finger because this is not really working. But I was like, she didn't mention to me that you was her cousin. Like, well gone for that. Like, no one told me. And then she was like, and then he was like, oh, she probably doesn't know that we talk. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. So and then the next day I got into school, and obviously I'm going to B and be like, oh, da da da. I'm gonna go to B and be like, oh, A's your cousin. I didn't know you guys were cousins. You guys were cousins. And then she was like, oh yeah, he's my cousin. He told me about you. This, that. He told me about you, this, that, and the third. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then she was also mentioning that, oh, he also told me that he really likes you. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. Like, when do I get to see your cousin? Because every single time I ask him, he says he's busy or whatever. So then she was like, I think, this is what she said to me. Oh yeah, he mentioned that he was gonna come see you on your birthday. And I was like, okay, cool. Because at the time, my birthday is on July the 22nd. At the time, it was around July the 10th-ish. So I was like, okay, that's cool, because on my birthday, school is closed anyways. This eyeshadow looks really washed out on camera, but it's not. Let me try. Ooh, focus. It's not that washed out on camera. I just don't know why it looks so washed out. Anyways, it doesn't really matter, because it's not even about the makeup. So yeah, I was just saying, oh, I was chatting to your cousin about you today, da 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 da. We had a whole conversation. I'm just gonna forward it because this part's a bit boring. I'm gonna move on with the black from the Morphe 35C palette. So obviously around that time, your girl was like feeling some type of way about this guy. Like, he was mad cool, and if anybody was to ask him, I'd be like, yeah, that's my nigga. Like, that's your girl's nigga. I was like, yeah, it's him. Roll up on his Facebook, pull up his pictures and be like, yeah, that's him. That's his abs. That's how he looks. Yeah, he looks good. So it was actually crazy. Time goes past now, yeah. Skip to my birthday. So we're skipping to my birthday now, and then no, we're not skipping to my birthday. We're skipping like a couple days before my birthday. So around 17th-ish of July. I was around 17th-ish of July, B comes in comes like with hella gifts. Like she comes with a card, she comes with teddy bear, she comes with a wallet, a purse, she comes with like some other stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So she brings it to me obviously because it's my birthday. And then she was like, oh yeah, and the card said happy birthday, da, 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 da. It obviously had a birthday message for me, and it was from A, so her cousin, the guy that I was talking to. So I was like, oh, okay, why couldn't he give this to me on the 22nd when we're planning to link? I was planning to link up at the cinemas. Like, if you're from Slough, back in the day, cinemas was everything. Like, for your birthday, cinemas, Eid, cinemas, everything, cinemas. Like, cinemas was a whole motive. Like, back in the days, cinemas was everything. Like, you just link up with everybody in cinemas. Everybody was in cinemas. But anyways, I was like, why couldn't you like why couldn't, you know, it's getting darker outside. I hope the lighting's not changing too much. But I just went ahead and finished the other eye so I can come back and then tell you guys the, ooh, something dropped and it scared me. So I can tell you guys the story. So basically, she was, I was like, why couldn't he obviously come tell me himself? And then this girl mentioned because he won't be able to come see you on the 22nd. I was like, okay, why couldn't he tell me that as well himself? Like, why did you have to come and say it for him? And then she was like, because he just didn't want to disappoint you, this, that, and the third. And then I was like, okay, fair enough. You could have just told me, like, it's not a big deal. We could have met up a different time. Oh, I'm just do this eye. I got home, and obviously because we talk every day, I was on the phone and I was like, why couldn't you tell me? I was like, why couldn't you tell me that you couldn't link me? And he was just making mad excuses. So at the point, I don't know, at the point I still didn't think it was like a catfish thing. I don't know why, but I just didn't. So we did continue talking that day, but the day after I went to school, I'm trying to get this palette. The day after I went to school, I obviously have one of my friends that I know, and she is pretty big at the school that A says that he goes to. So I asked her, I was like, do you know of this guy that goes to this school and is like in year 10? And then she was like, no, I haven't heard of him, but I'll ask someone who goes to that school, the school that A goes to, the guy that I'm talking to. So then she went to ask a guy from that school in that year, and then he was like, I've never heard of anyone with that name. I've never seen anyone who looks like that at the school. So at that point I was like, raw, but I still didn't. I don't know why, guys. I don't even know what the fuck was wrong with my head. I don't even know, but I was still thinking, like, I still thought like, oh, there's a chance he just moved down, people probably just don't know him like that. I was like, okay, cool. A couple's day passed like that. Obviously that was still at the back of my mind. I was still like, but moving, I'm like taking time to finish the story because it's nearly finished and I really don't want to finish it before finishing my makeup, but like, it's gonna have to. It is the Sheer Glow one, and this is like, if you have dry skin, this is the one, and it's in the shade Macau. This is my favorite foundation, so I'm going to be using a brush like this just to apply it on because I don't have the pump. So we obviously continue talking. Like, if you was told everything that you know and everything that was to happen to you the same way everything happened to me, wouldn't you be like, fuck it, this is like a catfish situation? But now obviously 2 + 2 didn't equal 4 at that time, it equaled 3 because I was so fucking stupid. I continued talking to this guy for a couple more days, and we was just on, obviously I wasn't keen, I was just a bit like, whatever. Like, y'all motherfuckers mad. He don't want you. Oh, you see that foundation? You see the way it just matches my neck so perfectly? Like, obviously maybe not my hands because my hands are a bit different, but it matches my neck so perfectly, and I didn't put any on my, but it was one night, and then we was on, well, he called me, and then we were just on the phone. We were just on the phone to each other's. Guys, I'm stuttering. That's how it's gonna blow your mind. But so he called me, and then we was just talking on the phone at this time. Oh, I'm ruining my eyeshadow. And then we was just talking on the phone, and at one point he was like, oh, let me sing something to you. And I was like, oh, you sing now. I was thinking, okay, you sing now. Like, the fuck, I did not know you sing. So he started singing and stuff. Like, he started singing, and then that was the point that I was like, Lord, what the fuck did I get myself into? I realized I was like, how comes you sound like B when you sing? How comes you sound like your cousin when you're singing? And then he was like, oh, obviously we're cousins, so we sound cool. Sing something else for me. So this guy started singing, and then all of a sudden B turned into A, and I was like, at the call, I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna wait until I get to school tomorrow, and then I'm gonna confront her, and then we'll see what's good. So got into school, and one of the girls that I got to help me do the investigating, both of us, like her and I, went to confront her around lunchtime, I think it was. So we went to confront her around lunchtime, and then tell me why this girl was crying. Like, why the fuck are you crying? Because at the point me and her were like, we was friends. Like, me and B was cool. So I didn't understand all of this. Like, I did not understand it. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, for how long? For like a whole month, my nigga. You actually had the time. But then it all made sense, I guess, because whenever I spoke to A, B was never there. Whenever I spoke to B, A was never there. And whenever I was to ask and be like, oh, where's A? There would always be like an excuse or whatever. So to be honest, I kind of knew in the back of my head, but I feel like I just didn't want to believe it. And it was so petty. We exposed her, and it was like, yeah, this girl has been catfishing people, da 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 da. And yeah, it was a bit mad, but I don't understand, because me and her were cool at the time. Like, we was kind of close, so I don't understand why the fuck it went down like that. But it was hilarious. Obviously it's hilarious now, but at the time I was, so what the fuck, man. I was kind of vexed. But that's my story. And I was young and stupid, and I had a lot of fucking red flags coming my way, but obviously I wanted to act like I ain't see shit. I wanted to act like I'm legally blind or something. So that's my story. Moral of the story is, some people out there could like claim they're your friends, but in a real life, nah, they're really not. So be careful who you fuck with, be careful who you trust, and also you don't know who the fuck you're talking to online. So be careful when you're giving out information about yourself, when you're telling people about yourself. Just be careful. Just, do you know what I mean? Be aware of your surroundings. So that's my story. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Now we're getting back into this makeup because it's taking me longer than usual because I'm chatting shit and rambling. To set my face, I'm going to use this Technic color correcting thing. This Technic color correcting thing, and then to bronze up my face, you guys probably think I'm weird, but I lost my contour powder, which I need to go get some more. But I'm going to be using some of these Morphe browns, and I'm going to do it off camera, and then I'll come back because this video is really